My next guest is a really talented, real funny, unique comic. Italian kid. Sound like Michael Son. He's an Italian kid from the Massachusetts area, which has produced a lot of funny people. And he's on a major tour right now, a 100-city tour, so we appreciate him making the time to stop by. He's on his way to the Wilbur Theater in Massachusetts, and he's going to North Dakota. He's all over the place. Mike Birbiglia. What's up, Mike?
How are you, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, you're a real smart, funny comic. You're a critic's darling, but you deserve. You're one of the guys where you deserve it. You know.
I'm a big fan of your stand-up. You know, you're one of the few people who I've ever paid to see your show. I went to see your Carolines. Yeah.
When was
my
this?
wife and I brought my wife, and we went with a few years ago with our friend, you know, Ira Glass from This American Life.
Yeah.
He's a big fan, and
No
his
kidding.
wife Anna, he's a big fan.
I would never think that.
We went to see you at Carolines. It was a great show.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I always go. We've seen you. We've seen Gilbert.
You got to see Gilbert once. Yeah.
And we've seen Stanhope a lot of times.
Stanhope's amazing. I've worked with him, and that's a fun show. Me and him, because in the old days I got kind of nuts, but no, that makes me feel great. I appreciate it. I'm a fan of yours. The last time we saw each other, we were just talking about it. We went to see Colin Quinn's one-man show, the one that ended up on HBO.
Yeah, that's right.
He was doing it at a theater in New York, and we were sitting right next to each other.
The Seinfeld one, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Are you a married guy, kids and everything?
Yeah. We don't have kids, but we got married 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah,
now, how does she deal with the 100 cities and, like, you know, does she go on the road with you ever?
It's okay. She goes to the good places.
No, I know. When you first start dating a girl, they'll come to Cleveland, to Pittsburgh, and then after a while, like, anything in Miami coming up?
Yeah. We just went to Berkeley a few weeks ago and San Francisco. Yeah, it was nice. She's not going to be in Fargo.
Fargo in March, not appealing to her?
No, she's not going to. Yeah,
those are brutal gigs. But
it's I've never been there, so I'd look at it. You know, maybe it's got some charm.
You've never done. I did Fargo. I did, like I said, I did. Well, we were talking. I haven't done Idaho and New Mexico. It's the only two cities that I haven't performed in. So, now I got OCD. I got to go do that. I got to go book them.
I'm doing Vegas. I've never done it.
You've never done Vegas?
And I've never done New Orleans. That's on this tour, too. I've never been to New Orleans.
You know where I did stand-up in New Orleans? And I've only done stand-up in New Orleans, well, twice. I did Tulane and a college gig where I opened for somebody. But I opened for somebody named Kid Dave, who I've never seen before. Guitar act, he destroyed. It was so hard. You know how hard it was? It was like, you know, people just like, afterwards, every chick is around. Without a sense of irony, this is what he said to me. We did a Friday and a Saturday night, right? And he destroys. I barely got through my set. Yeah. We're having lunch the next day in New Orleans, like in the French Quarter. And I said, what happened last night? I missed you. He goes, I had sex with this chick. I said, really? I go, that's nice. Good for you. And he goes, without like joking or any being ironic, I swear, he goes, I'm the kid. And like I laughed, you know, you laughed at first, all right, and then I realized, no, he's the kid. He's being dead serious. I went, oh, great, you're the kid. But what was so aggravating was the next night he banged it. I think he had a threesome.
Wait, is his like catchphase that he's the kid? Like I'm the kid.
His name was Kid Dave. And he drove a red pickup truck. And when we left, I was going back to L.A. I was living in L.A. at the time. And he was going to, like, Tennessee in his red pickup truck. Got another gig. It was like a comics con, but a guitar act, kind of hacky. But he destroyed. Like a hacky guitar act, forget it. You don't want to follow that.
I started out at the Washington, D.C. Improv. And so, like, I would open for anybody.
Right.
And I remember when Larry the Cable Guy came through before he broke the way he did.
Before he was Dan Whitney?
No, and man.
So he was the character, Larry the Cable Guy.
He was the character, Larry the Cable Guy.
I saw him in Columbus, Ohio, destroyed.
It was bonkers. It was crazy. And you'd see, it was working, people always, young guys always ask me for advice on being a comic. I always say just work at a comedy club.
Right, just keep doing it.
You get to see everything.
Yes, you're right. I mean, it's the only way to get better. It's one of those things where literally if you're doing it for 30 years, the next time you do it, you get better.
Yeah.
You improve every time, you know, and you're a guy, you like to take risks with your material, and you ever on the road and I'm guilty of this like crazy, where you go to the hacky stuff just to get off stage, or do you try to keep your integrity? Like, do you have a hacked 5 minutes?
I don't.
You don't. Good for you.
No.
I have like a hack half hour.
It's not.
that I will go to in a heartbeat to get a check.
It's not out of some kind of integrity. I just have never.
You can't write that way.
Yeah, I can't
it's just
write
not
that
in your
way.
Psyche.
Yeah.
I did a sitcom for 2 years with Norm Macdonald, and I think Norm is hilarious. And Norm is doing this great delivery that only Norm can do. It's unique. And they would tell him, the writers would give him notes, try to say it more like Matthew Perry says it, Friends. And Norm would go, I can't do that. I can't do it. Like there are some people who are good. Like Matthew Perry is great at that hacky sitcom, and he's great at it. But it is like that thing of like, you're telling me this why? And you are, And Norm goes, no, if I do that, I'll kill myself. I can't do it.
I saw Norm. Norm was one of the first guys I ever saw live. He came to my college.
He's another guy who's not capable of being hacky.
Oh my God. He was so. I'm just gonna curse, but you're not supposed to curse on here, right?
Try to clean it up.
He was so damn funny, and I was dying, and I remember I left the show, and all these people go, he's drunk. And I was like, no, I think that's how he talks. They're like, no, he's drunk. I was like, no, I think that's his thing. That's how he speaks.
Yeah, he's able to get laughs on that.
Yeah,
too,
it's great.
I've told the story before, but doing a sitcom with him, the audience is there, they're warmed up, and if me and him were in a scene together, I would say a line that the writers wrote, and it would bomb sometimes. And Norm would blame it on me in front of the audience, and really just after me, like he'd let the silence happen, and then he'd go, "Did Artie think that was funny?" I don't even think that's in the script. I think he's just, are you ad-libbing? And then he goes to the audience. He's terrible, right? Boo! They boo me the rest of the night. Like now they hate me, and it's just to amuse him.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't write it. No, these team of 18 guys wrote it that are coming over here, which is more depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, as a comic, a lot of times you tend to like those guys. But when he said, I'm the kid, I'm like, God, maybe I should quit show business. Because I'm watching Biography, and he's banging 2 10s at the Best Western.
This is a good situation, right?
Oh, it is.
Beautiful studio.
I mean, I'm taken. I have a fiance, but I was... this studio is a closer. You know how many broads I'd have back here? Just talking about the nuance of comedy. I mean, this is a closer.
No, but I mean, this is better. This is better than like you were saying you were on a sitcom with Norm. This is better than that because you get to say whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, we can't curse or anything, like it's satellite right there. But you're right. Other than that, my bosses are great. Like I think, they were fans of mine because of the Stern Show, my bosses, and they hired me, and they gave me 3 years and could not treat me any better. They pay me well.
Yeah, they gave you Bichetti.
Right, well, Bichetti, they let me hire Bichetti. I said, Mike Bichetti, I've been working with him forever. He's one of the funniest guys ever. He's a little off-kilter, but you got to hire him. They said, we're going to hire him. We believe in you. We believe in you.
Yeah, and then he turns on you just like that.
Yeah. As soon as Opie and Anthony called.
Yeah.
No, it's Mike.
Mike, stop. Don't embarrass yourself. But it's funny. I think now my bosses are at the point where they're realizing that I'm the kind of guy where I can be funny, but I'm not capable of mainstream success. So I think they're kind of like looking over the books with the accountant right now.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a phone call soon. But you appreciate all this, but it's almost like I'm not capable of being the guy who does like the obvious way to do stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at it. I'm not saying I'm like some brilliant guy. I'm just not good at doing it. Have you bombed a lot in the past?
I'm the same way. Like I did a sitcom pilot for a network in 2008.
Right.
And it was terrible.
Yeah. Like, I did one, man. I shot a pilot for big money, and it was thank God it's not on the internet anywhere because I'm bad in it. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad, yeah.
Just hope people never see it because it's just like it's just a watered down version of me.
Right. You're hoping they never see it. Yeah, exactly.
It's so painful to watch because as a comedian, you get to say anything.
Yeah, right.
You walk on stage, it's a microphone.
Well, it's rare.
With a sitcom, it's like there's so many chefs.
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
chefs are being paid by like a crappy a lot group of people who don't have great taste, and so they're like, "Hey, do this," and you're like, "Yeah, you don't know how to do this."
It's a flawed system. It's a flawed system. That's why there's so few hits. Like Ray Romano's an example where his show was about as good as his stand-up was. Jerry Seinfeld because of Larry David. But like a guy like Norm, like the writers would ask me for suggestions. I'm like, watch his stand-up. Guys, his stand-up is so much better than this show. Like, just try to think of that type of stuff. Or watch him. And if a sitcom writer doesn't come from the world of stand-up, they don't have passion because we know what it's like to bomb.
Yeah.
So we'll stay there all night till the jokes. We're like, we can't tell this joke in front of an audience.
Yeah.
It'll bomb. But if you start as an assistant and you always see your jokes with a laugh track, you're like, it's good enough. Let's go home.
Yeah.
When you're a comic, like, no, I can't say this.
Yeah. When you're a comedian, the worst thing that you can imagine when you're writing a joke is laughter with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know something's gonna bomb when you're like, oh, and then that'll get a laugh, and then he'll say that, and then that'll get a laugh. It's like, no, none of that's gonna work.
And then it's a living hell. Anyway, Mike Birbiglia is here. Stick around. Oh, you got it. When you got to be out of here?
10:50, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we got some time.
Let's take a break, and we'll come back with more of Mike.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.